Hey mamas, how's it going? It's Jocelyn here with Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood, where I help you to find the positive thoughts for your pregnancy and for your motherhood, because finding positive thoughts and shifting my mindset in those seasons really has helped me to enjoy those seasons better and to be the mom and enjoy the pregnancy a lot better than I did before, and I want to help you out. So today we're going to go into some of the specifics on mindset and pregnancy and why it is important to intentionally choose the thoughts we think about pregnancy, and especially while we're pregnant. Thank you for joining. If you think of a mom that needs this podcast episode, will you please send it to her? I'd love for you to spread the word, because that's how this podcast grows, is from you sharing it. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, host of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life. And I can help you. Thanks for joining. So I am all about shifting your mindset in motherhood and pregnancy to find more enjoyment during these seasons of life. In our pregnancies and in life, we're going to have many circumstances that we don't choose. So in pregnancy specifically, some of those circumstances that you don't choose is that you might get sick. You might have that morning sickness that affects you all times of the day or in the evening, and it makes you miserable, and you can't really change that. That's a circumstance that you have to deal with. Another circumstance could be that you are one of the ones that has gestational diabetes. That is your circumstances. You didn't choose that, you didn't sign up for it, but nonetheless, it is something you have to deal with. One of your circumstances could be that pregnancy makes you so tired and exhausted and feeling like you can't do hardly anything because you are so worn out, and you get worn out and tired so easily. Another circumstance with pregnancy is that we gain weight as women. During pregnancy, most of us tend to gain some weight, and that is a circumstance that is part of bringing children into this world, for most of us anyway. And it definitely was for me. And I want to talk about how we choose to look at these circumstances, because whether you think you do or not, you do have a choice in how you think. And when I realized that I do have a choice in how I think with these circumstances, it was empowering when I realized I could choose. And I could choose the thoughts that were going to serve me during pregnancy and during motherhood, and get rid of the thoughts that were dragging me down and making me hate it. So in your mind, you really can only hold space for one type of thought. You can't usually have happy feelings and angry feelings at the same time. Usually you're kind of one or the other. The same goes for feelings and thoughts regarding pregnancy. It's kind of either at the moment you're feeling pretty negative and down, or at the moment you're feeling encouraged and enlightened. Oftentimes we are not able to hold both of these at the same time. When we realize that we have the ability to pick the ones that we want to hold on to, then we get to choose. Now, sometimes during my pregnancy, there were times where I wanted to hold on to the fact that this is miserable. This is hard. I feel like crap, and I can't get off my couch, and I can't do anything. And sometimes I needed to heal it, or feel it to heal it. I needed to feel that misery in order to get it out. I needed to feel annoyed in order to not have it linger inside and build up and bottled up. But overall, I realized that I didn't want to linger in misery. I wanted to change my thoughts. I wanted to change my thoughts in relation to being sick. I didn't want to have all of my thoughts be negative and down and disappointing and discouraging with that sick phase of pregnancy, because that 6 or so weeks, depending on you and your pregnancy, can feel like an eternity, especially if your thoughts are making it even worse than it feels, which it's already pretty bad. Let's be real and honest. But as you realize that you can change your thoughts and hold space for something else, that is your opportunity to practice and to have intentionality. So you're probably thinking, this doesn't even seem realistic. I don't even think I could hold on to a positive thought. This is so stinking hard. I have never done anything quite this hard for this extended amount of time, and it is taking everything out of me. Have you felt that way during pregnancy? I know I did. And it almost kept me and held me back from having more children. After my second baby, I was like, man, I think we'll just have 2 kids. But I had always wanted like a larger family, and I was going to let it hold me back. But you know how God kind of reaches into your life and is like, here, you need to keep going. I had to keep going with pregnancy, and I've had 4 babies now and a miscarriage. And I kept going, and I think it was because I had to figure out during my 3rd and 4th pregnancy how to enjoy pregnancy. How to find the thoughts that helped me navigate pregnancy to make it feel more beautiful and less of a burden. Before I started shifting my mind and intentionally choosing the thoughts that I wanted to think around pregnancy that I thought were going to serve me better, I felt that pregnancy was a burden. Pregnancy was hard. It was awfully hard, and I felt really annoyed that I was a woman and that I had to be the one to give birth. Why couldn't I just have the 9-to-5 job and the ease of a body that didn't have to change with monthly cycles and hormonal changes of pregnancy? I had some of those thoughts, and maybe some of those thoughts sound a little comical and maybe even a little bit real to you, because that was real life. That's where I was at. So I was weighed down with these burdened thoughts of how hard pregnancy was, of how much I hated it, of how much time slowed down when I was pregnant, of how many goals I lost track of and couldn't even do anymore, how many good habits just flew right out the window without a second thought, how many areas I had fallen behind when I was pregnant. And it was discouraging, and it brought me down, and it was so hard. It got really depressing. I think I never was clinically diagnosed because I also wasn't willing to talk about it, but I'm pretty sure I was depressed a little bit during that 3rd pregnancy. I don't know what made me snap, but something during that 3rd pregnancy hit me and was like, you can choose to stay in this misery that your body is in and that your mind is creating and amplifying by these thoughts, or you can try to find a better way out. And I knew a better way out was worth a shot because I was on the bottom. There was only one way to go, and that was up, and I needed desperately to go up. I had also been into and learning about mindset work and shifting your thoughts. And before I had been pregnant, it had helped me enjoy motherhood. It had helped me to find more peace in being a stay-at-home mom, which is a job I've always dreamed of. And then when I was a stay-at-home mom, it was hard. Just like pregnancy, it was hard. And I was like, maybe I can apply some of these mindset tools to pregnancy and see if they can help me shift my hate and loathing misery for pregnancy into something more beautiful, not so burdensome. And so I started practicing, and I just started really simple with baby gratitude. I'll call it baby gratitude because it was really simple and it was really little. I had to look outside of me and find things that I was grateful for. I maybe wasn't grateful for that pregnancy at the moment, but I could find things that I was grateful for. So going back to the beginning of this podcast episode where I was talking about circumstances, and I was talking about circumstances in pregnancy, this is where the pivotal mindset shift came. Was where I had the option to think what I wanted to about those things, to think what I wanted to about being pregnant, to think what I wanted to if I had gestational diabetes, and so on and so forth. And I decided that it was going to be better and easier to try the positive way. And as I tried the positive way, it helped. It really helped. I had my doubts, and I know you have your doubts too. but it can help if you apply these positive thought tools and mindset shifts in your life with intentionality during your pregnancy, and you don't give up after just a couple of times. You can find a positive pregnancy. You can find positivity and find more beauty in it versus the burden. I know because I have done it. This whole experience of mine had prompted me, and God had revealed to me that more people needed my help. They needed to know these thought tools that had helped me get through my last 2 pregnancies and a miscarriage, to do it better, and to have it be more happy. I think God knew that women were having less children because pregnancy was too hard. It was too much for them. But if they could find a way to enjoy it better, to make their thoughts around pregnancy better, they might have more of His children, and they might be the moms that God needs to raise these children because they are intentional, just like you. You are intentional because you are listening to this podcast. You want to better your pregnancy. You want to better your mind during pregnancy, and I am here to cheer you on. From these experiences and from God prompting me, I created a little mini course called Positive Pregnancy Program, where I lead you through positive mindset exercises. Maybe you're like, I don't even know where to start because it is hard. This is hard. Start with these videos. Watch these videos. Let your mind work with these videos and incorporate them into your life. I really had a big vision when this first came to my mind, and it seemed too hard to accomplish. So I kind of stopped at 22 videos for a while. But this summer, I have almost got 45 videos ready to go. I wanted to have 45 1 to 2 minute videos so that you could have many options. And so that if you wanted, you could have an option to watch one video every day during the sick phase, which for a lot of women tends to last from around week 6 to week 12. Now, for some women, it's shorter. For some women, it's longer, if I can talk right. But that will give you a different video every day to focus on during that hard 6 weeks where you are really sick and really down, to help you maintain the positivity. So as I get these next videos done to add on to my 22, I have 22 solid core videos, and as I get these other 23 videos ready to go, I am going to post them on my Facebook page. If you are curious what the Positive Pregnancy Program is or what it will look like, I will start posting those on my Facebook page. Now, they're not ready yet. I will give you an exact date when I have the first one ready to go, and I will have them up on my Facebook page for maybe a day or two. I haven't really decided how long it'll be on my Facebook page. It'll be there for a while so you can listen to it and see what it's like, and then it will go away. And then the next week, I will play another one, a new one. So you can get a feel of what this positive pregnancy program is like and what you do during it and how I guide you through these exercises. They are simple, but I want to show you how powerful they are. And if you choose to purchase the course, all of the videos that will be updated or all of the videos that will be added will be included in your course that you buy. They will all be added. And once I get them all up, the course will be increasing in price. So anyways, that is something I'm really excited about. And I want to help you find this positivity in pregnancy. So thank you for listening to this podcast, but most of all, thank you for implementing the mindset tips and tricks that you have learned in this podcast to make your pregnancy better. You can do this. Choose to find a different way to look at your circumstances. Even find gratitude, baby gratitude outside of you, and let that start to work in your mind. If you need deeper help, look into the Positive Pregnancy Program, the top link in the show notes. I am here for you, I am excited for you, and I believe in you. Until next time. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, host of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life. And I can help you. Thanks for joining.